Welcome back to the Reality Check, part two of our show. And a little delay as we reset all our equipment to help keep us online. Sadly, sometimes when it gets windy, interruptions occur. But hopefully, we'll be interruption free. So, we talked about Chicago, California, Red Fred, Las Vegas shooting, and on and on. And now we'll go through some, random thoughts, maybe some comedy of the sad but true variety, and whatnot. So you had, let's see, in the past week, you had, of course, Kanye West coming out in support of Donald Trump. It's not even hardcore support of Trump. It's really he's just saying, man, you have the choice or whatnot. Sometimes I agree with Kanye West. Most of the time I don't. It is what it is, Everybody has opinions. But you have people like Maxine Waters who says that Kanye West is talking out of turn. So it's interesting because to me that sounds racist. Like he has to wait his turn to talk. Can you imagine if Maxine Waters was somebody white saying that to Kanye West? Wait your turn to talk. Whoa, that would be crazy. And we had female staffers at NBC signing support for Tom Brokaw, who was accused of sexual harassment. Tom Brokaw, who's been caught being dishonest and phony many times over. We know his credibility is, pretty bad. And then his little For American radio segments that he had were everything anti-America. So we know that, okay? And like last time when Brokaw got caught, and when some of these news guys get caught lying, here comes the media, they rally around them, and they make up some fake award for them to win. So you'll see soon, Tom Brokaw will win some fake awards saying how great he is. Here's a guy, now a harasser, allegations alleged, but they're having people, why have rally around it? Just say you're innocent and say, come on, show me the proof. What I'd do if I was innocent, I'd call the bluff. Donald Trump does it all the time when people make phony allegations, But, that is what it is, right? So what else do we have? We talked about, obviously, justice for Seth Rich, of course. Still no news on that case. You have that, is it played over again? I wouldn't say con job is the right word, but the rehashed that Comey's been saying, I didn't leave the Republican Party left me. That's a little catchphrase recently, meaning you're a rhino or you never were Republican. And here it is, John Kasich. I didn't leave the Republican Party left me. For John Kasich, was he ever really in the Republican Party? Maybe the regular Republican Party, which is rhinos in the swamp. Yes, that was John Kasich. So did part of the party leave? Yes, people that want to be true conservatives left. Tea Party establishment. Those people did leave, but that wasn't a Republican Party. That was people who ran Republican, kind of like the Bill O'Reilly. When they want to sell you a book, they're Republican, but otherwise they're just not. And that's what James Comey, John Kasich, same thing. The party didn't leave you. You just stole a name. Because you guys are not fiscally conservative. Sorry. Just because you want people to do what they want and you might be considered libertarian in a way, doesn't make you conservative at all financially. And, so the party didn't leave you. You just really weren't ever part of the party. Sorry. We had the sad case, of course, of baby Alfie, we know, that died. So it's very interesting. Of course, there was a lot of controversy. They wouldn't let the baby be taken out of the country for care. Now, I don't understand that at all. And when people are telling you that America's so bad and America's horrible and how bad it is, blah, 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 and you look at countries like the UK. I mean, basically, this kid's being held hostage against the wishes of his parents, who are the ones that make the decision. They just wanted to transport him out of the country at their own expense to be cared for by medical professionals who pledged to do everything for him. You know, why wouldn't the country, you know, you'd think, what would be the only problem they'd have with it? Well, they don't want to, with keeping this kid alive, was they didn't want to have the burden of the cost. Okay, so then why not let him be taken out, you know? Their socialized medicine that everybody loves, you know, Cuba loves, Canadians love it. They talk about how great it is here, but yet whenever their dictators get sick or their government officials get sick, where do they come? They come flying to the U.S. You think Castro had the Cuban doctors work on him for free? No, he flew in and paid for American doctors. He snuck in to America and paid for American doctors to take care of him. Why? When he had all this free great stuff. So why would you pay for less care than you're getting when he had free the best care? Yeah, because it wasn't. Because they know. That's kind of like Obamacare. It was good for you and me, but was it good for any of the politicians? Well, heck no, they ain't signing up for that. They don't want any part of that. But it's great for you. It's such a great plan, and you should do it. This car is so great. It's the best used car I've ever seen. Oh, why didn't you buy it for yourself and your family, your daughter who's about to learn to drive? Oh, no. I want to save it for you. Yeah, nice try. So, again, why did the UK, with the socialized medicine that wants to care for patients and is so caring, they wanted to save money more than they wanted to save a life? Yes, they wanted to save money by cutting off his care, but you figure they could have saved money by letting Alfie go. And did they? No. And this should be a wake-up call for all the people who want more government in our lives. This is why we should be in control of our own destiny. You know, even if the kid lived an extra day, an extra week at somebody else's care, that would be good. The parents would have that choice. That's something that would be a choice for them. And here the choice was pretty much taken away from them. And the governments, not even the governments, but hospitals do this all the time. I know in the situation with my dad, the only thing the doctors were passionate about and fighting for was for no resuscitation. That's all we're doing everything to save a life. We're going to do that. How about we just don't resuscitate, because that would be cruel. It would be this and that. And, you know, not let's do everything to get every last minute we can and hope for a miracle. Nope. So, unfortunately, this is what you get when there's more government and less choices for you. And I don't know why anybody would like that. So now, man, I forgot. This should have been the number one story. Wow. I'm not doing my job. Maybe I should start a third segment and then cut this in and put it as the first segment, because major news story, and this is the scoop of the decade. This will show you that Robert Mueller, who, you know, has nothing on me. Because, my friends, I have uncovered the evidence. The evidence of the Russia collusion. And no, I'm not going to blame Obama. No, I'm not going to blame Hillary Clinton. I'm not going to talk about the dossier. I'm not going to talk about Steele. I'm not going to talk about, you know, any of this other stuff. I am going to talk to you right now about the real Russian collusion. We uncovered it here on the Reality Check. And some of you might have seen it yourself and not really realized it. But this weekend, and you had to be there at the right time because it was really short, but this weekend you saw Russia collusion on TV. And yes, it was involving Donald Trump. And it was, I mean, under a minute of video, and you had to just be right there to watch it pretty much live. And if you blinked or went to go get your popcorn, as they say, you missed a clear-cut case of Russia collusion, and the FBI was almost onto this. They almost caught it right there. Now, the FBI was looking into this guy earlier in the week with his Russia collusion, and they knew that this Russian had a connection to Donald Trump. So it's years later, but this Russian is still working for Donald Trump. So like I said, Saturday night it was on TV. If you missed it, it was less than a minute of video. But you saw this guy, and some of you guys might be familiar with, was Fedor Emelianenko. And as you can see, Saturday night, he was still convincing voters one punch at a time to vote for Donald Trump. So if you didn't vote for Donald Trump, or you badmouth Trump, Fedor might be coming for you, because we know the FBI looked into his ties with Donald Trump. And that, my friends, was the real Russia collusion. It's still years later, and Fedor is making a world tour to make sure you vote for Trump, and if you don't, one punch at a time, he's going to convince you the next time, vote for Trump. My friends, that's your real Russia collusion story there. Time for Mueller and his squad of Mary whatever's Hillary Clinton donors, his squad of Hillary Clinton donors, to wrap up their investigation, because right here in a reality check, we figured it out. We were the ones. We did it. Thank you. You can thank me at any time, Mr. Mueller, because I made your case for you. I figured it out. Here we are. Dominant. We know what's going on the reality check. Another case solved. Wrapped up. Don't worry about it. We got your back. We're doing all the hard work and the heavy lifting here. Now, that could have been considered comedy or sad but true. I guess so. I don't know. That was kind of a good story, though. I thought that was pretty funny. But, you know. Now, let's see. What else do we have? Because we lost some time here because of our, I don't know. So we had here's one. Here's one I like. We had HUD Secretary Ben Carson, who we all know is racist. He's black, and he's got to be racist if he likes Donald Trump. This story came out that he was tripling rent on low-income Americans who receive federal housing subsidies. That's right, that was the story. HUD Secretary Ben Carson to propose rent increases for low-income households. And you hear that story, oh my God, how horrible. What's this guy doing? Well, one, they're doing it to close some of the budget gaps and all the aid that they give out, because you and I, taxpayers, fund housing for low-income families. And you're like, well, how is that going to help them out? They'll be on the take somewhere else. Well, one, most of the time, if they're getting the housing subsidy, they're on the take for the food stamps, if they qualify for the WIC, and, you know, for the electricity, you know, the discounted rates, or sometimes they don't even have to pay their bills. It gets paid through other funds. So some we could say Section 8 housing, I guess, would fall under some of that stuff. But with Ben Carson's triple of rent, some people would have to pay up to $150 a month for rent. Now, I'm going to take one for the team here. And I volunteer myself, Ben Shanneman, host of the Reality Check, to have to pay triple rent of $150 myself. Where can I sign up to get that? I mean, wow, Ben Carson's really hurting people. $150 a month rent. I mean, wow. The struggles that some people have, while the rest of us fools have to pay, you know. Unbelievable. People actually reporting it like it was some crime. I was figuring out, wow, is he going to charge them a little bit over $1,000? Is it going to be almost market value? Nope. $150 a month. So what you really have to take away from that story is that people right now are paying $50 a month. $50 a month for rent. Like I said, how can I sign up for that? Now, I have to say the sad but true section of our show is sometimes you see people meet and they, how can I say, they meet but they don't meet, or they cross paths but they don't. A misconnection, as you would say. And that, my friends, happens sometimes. There are misconnections. So here we go. Some fun. Interesting. So here's one. We'll start off with a simple one. Soryu, near Riggs Road in Gilbert. So is that Gilbert Road? Probably. Must be about 6'3", 220 pounds. Late 50s. Think we both wanted to connect. Think someone called you Matt. If this is not you, please don't reply. Well, how do you know if it's you unless you reply? But I mean, I think we both wanted to connect, but you didn't know their name? I don't know. Kind of weird. Here's one in the Teach Your Sons. This is not the way to court a woman, woo a woman. Maybe it's the way to stun a woman. You were with another gorgeous woman. She was younger, but you made my jaw drop. My jaw drop. Yeah, this is making my jaw drop. I was the tall, thin, bearded guy. So, was he tall and thin? Or was he a guy with a thin beard who couldn't stop looking at you? And you kept looking at me as I left. Now, let's break this down really here. So, firstly, if you're trying to hook up with a woman or you think she's the one or whatever it is, saying that she was with another gorgeous woman really doesn't score you points. I'm just going to throw that one out there. I mean, what do I know, right? But you really should be focusing on her, not saying she was with another gorgeous woman. And then when you're like, she was younger than you. Now, what if she wasn't younger? What if they're the same age? You know, just barely, you look pretty old, miss, but you make my jaw drop. I mean, not very smart. And then here's the last one, and I'll surmise it like this. Now, I couldn't stop looking at you. Okay, not bad. I mean, you know, not award-winning, not like the classic hits like The Stars Are in Your Eyes or I Didn't Know Beauty Had a Name. Not like the classic hits like that, but it's, I couldn't stop looking at you. Okay, you know, all right. And you kept looking at me as I left. You know, maybe she was looking at you as she left because you were staring at her and she's like, what's this dude staring about? Or maybe she's thinking right now, it's like, so I'm looking at you because I'm interested and I knew you were looking at me and you did nothing. So girls, for the most part, like real men. And the fact that you did or said nothing, unfortunately, leads to failure in that category. And when I was young, I can tell you I failed sometimes in that category too. So you got to know better. If you don't step up and at least try to make conversation or something, then you pretty much lose out. But again, what do I know? More for the road. And this is nothing pre-rehearsed. This is just me picking them, just clicking and going through. Maybe one day we'll have more segment of the show where we actually look through some of these beforehand and set up the real funny ones. But I figured I'd just try this out and see how it goes, because I always thought, sometimes in my spare time when I was younger, before I had kids, I used to read these. I thought they were kind of made me chuckle. They were pretty humorous. I thought it was funny. I thought it was definitely worth something to read. I thought it was funny. So here we got one. It says me, older, some gray, tall, thin, glasses, trim hair, and beard. Hoodie, jeans, sitting with two women. You, younger, tall and thin, very pretty, our hostess. It was slow, and we kept looking at each other. We smiled at each other, and I walked past you, and I was leaving, and you told me, nice shirt. And I said, thanks, have a great night. And you said, you too. What band was on my shirt? So, is this a trivia question, or this is a misconnection, or what? I mean, kind of open-ended there. So let's say somebody just guesses what band was on their shirt. Or maybe somebody else was at this restaurant and they saw the shirt and guessed the band on the shirt. Or maybe the older, somewhat gray, tall, thin, glasses, trim hair, and beard, hoodie, jeans, sitting with two women. Maybe one of those two women read this and they know what band was on his shirt. And then they answer it. So what's the next step? Is this guy really looking for that misconnection and he's going to pursue from there because he's so proud of you because you know what band was on his shirt? Like it probably said in big letters, Grim Reaper. I don't know. Think of any band you want to put in there. Adam Ant. I know. Is that really a band? It's just kind of a singer. I mean, I don't know. Whoever it could be, Guar. There we go. That's a good one. So you win. Do you win a prize or, it was slow and we kept looking at each other. Well, maybe she had nothing to do, or maybe she wanted you to get the heck out of there. We smiled at each other as I walked past. Okay, here's the thing. Here's, I don't know if it's a tip, a rule of thumb, the reality, because this is the reality check. But, like when girls are working, especially if they're working in hospitality or retail and stuff, and they're nice to you, they say hello or whatnot. I never thought it was not only an invitation for me to hang out, but I never thought, she likes me. Hey, I pulled up to the drive-thru and this chick said, hello, how are you? Oh, she must dig me. I don't know. Do I not have enough high self-esteem? Or maybe the reality of, I think they're just doing their job and they're being friendly to me as they are to anybody else. So I don't take that to mean anything else. You really want to explore the situation, go back to the same restaurant by yourself and see if the girl talks to you again and see if she talks to everybody else like that first. I don't know. That's just me. I tried not to hit on people at work. But, like again, as I always say, what do I know? I'm just me. Host of the Reality Check, Ben Shoneman, here with you every Tuesday. Until next week, have a safe week, have a great week, and enjoy your Cinco de Mayo festivities. Hopefully they are not out of control and everyone stays safe, because we need you here watching our show. Hey.